Hello to all my lovely drummers out there, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com. Welcome to this free full video song lesson where today I'm going to show you how to play the song Oh Yeah by Roxy Music, drummed by the great Allan Schwatzberg. This was requested over on my YouTube channel. A couple of weeks ago I posted on the community tab asking for song suggestions, and people came through and then voted on the ones that were suggested. The most likes got chosen. I did a couple of weeks ago, and this is the last one I'm going to do from that previous thread. I just recently asked YouTube again for another suggestion list, and I'll be working through that next as well. So I want to do at least three, well, the top three most popular songs from the current list as well. I've got the full PDF drum chart for you to download from my website. As always, you can find the link beneath this video. All 3 pages of the chart written out for you in full, so make sure you have these printed out in front of you as we go through this together. It's going to make things a lot easier for you to understand, and it's a doozy. It's a real, I mean, it's a great song. I love the song, and I've always loved the drumming on this. I never actually sat down to try and work out what Allan was actually playing. He's actually a session musician from America. Since then I've gone on YouTube and checked out some interviews with him and found out that he's played on tons of stuff, really complicated stuff, a lot of jazz and even rock as well. The drums on this are really subtle, very nice playing, very musical and interesting ideas. And the drums on their own, when you listen to the drums on their own, as I'm going to show you, they sound like it's improvisational, like it's just a mini drum solo, but it works so well with the music. That's the sign of a really great drummer, that they can overplay in a way, but it still works for the song. And so I can see why Allan was such a popular session guy. So starts off very simple with the bass drum on beats 2 and 4. There's a reggae kind of influence on this song. It's not a reggae tune, but the drumming, emphasising beats 2 and 4 with the bass drum, is an ongoing theme throughout the song, and accenting the upbeats with the cross stick, as we're going to see. So we start off with the intro, and the drums come in on beat 2. So make sure you understand that the first bass drum we hear is on beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 3, we start to introduce the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and it's the and a 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 4. 1. So you can sort of hear the reggae influence there in the drumming. 4th bar, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and. So again, the anders on the and of 1 and 3, 4 and an open hi-hat on the and of beat 4. Before we go into this really nice subtle 16th notes on the hi-hat, playing very smoothly. So we go into verse 1, and we basically got this one drum beat that gets played through the majority of the verses and pre-choruses. We're playing, again, the bass drum on beats 2 and 4, but we got this pattern with the cross stick. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and. On top of that, to make it even more musical and interesting, Allan opens the hi-hat for a little short 16th note on beats 2 and 4 with the bass drum. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. So it's 2 E and 4 E and just for a 16th note only. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Creating that really nice in the groove pocket kind of feel, which fits the song beautifully. We then go on to the second bar, where it's the same drum beat actually being played for the first line of the verse. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 4 bars of that. Then we go on to the second line of verse 1, where I think each verse ends the same way with a 3-bar line. So we get the first bar is what we just played. The bass drum is actually quite low in the mix sometimes. You can very much hear the bass drum on 2 and 4, but sometimes it's actually quite hard to hear. So what I think he's playing here on the second line of verse 1 is a bass drum on beat 1 as well. So that caught me out a few times. 1 E and a 2. And I might be wrong on that. It might be the bass guitar that I'm hearing, but I'm pretty sure I'm feeling a bass drum as well underneath that. So we get for the first line, for the second line, 1 and 2 and then back to emphasising the 2 and 4 with the bass drum. Bar 2 has an extra ander at the end of beat 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so we get an ander at the end of that bar, and then bar 3 is the same as our previous examples. We then go into pre-chorus 1. So before we do, let me now play for you the intro and then the whole of verse 1 without the microphone on so we can hear just the drums. Here we go. So we then go into pre-chorus 1, and the again, it's kind of hard to hear. Might be the bass guitar, but I'm pretty sure I'm feeling it underneath all this. We skip over the bass drum on beat 1, but then he plays exactly the same pattern we just did, but the bass drum is on every beat. So we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So very subtle. The bass drum's quite low in the mix at this point in the recording. And it sort of helps to distinguish the pre-chorus from the verse, having that bass drum plod along on all 4 beats. Then we get to our first sort of drum fill, bar 4 there, 1 and 2, and it's not 2E, it's open for the whole of beat 2. And forget the bass drum for now. Underneath, on top of that with the hands, he plays just 2 toms. I'm going to use this tom and this tom, for example, or this tom and this tom. I think I'm about to show you using these 2 toms, but I'll use this tom for now. We get 1E and a 2, so it's building up in volume there, the crescendo underneath it, 1E and a 2. And then it's quite hard to explain this, and especially the count, but we're coming in with a 32nd note, the second 32nd note of the E of beat 3. So it's kind of like 3. So we get, it's just much easier if I show you. It's very hard to count 32nd notes because they don't fall on anything you actually count. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2, E and a 3. Now I did that automatically. I went out to the second tom. I think he only uses the 1 tom for this, the first part of the drum fill, and then the last 2 notes are on the lowest tom, or the next tom if you like. So let me do that again properly. Dun 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 da da da. Little stutter note. Da 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 dun da 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 dum dum, and it ends on the and of beat 4. Now underneath that, again, it's very hard to hear, but I'm feeling it. I think he plays the bass drum on all the 8th notes, so we get 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. Sorry, E and a 4 E and. Again, apologies, it's quite hard to count it. With these 30 seconds, it's sometimes just easier just to show you. And with the bass drum underneath it. And then we're into our first chorus. Now, I'll play this up to speed for you in a moment so you can hear it in context. So the chorus, we go, staying on the 16th note hi-hat, but we've got the snare drum backbeat coming in on beats 2 and 4. So we get 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, a 4. So a little push on the bass drum on the of beat 3, 3 E and a 4. And then this unique part ending each of the bars of the chorus, he moves his right hand to his high tom. Now, if you're a normal drummer with a normal setup, you're playing like this, and you just move your right hand to your highest or medium tom. It doesn't really matter which tom you use, but the tom nearest to you. He then comes back to the hi-hat to continue the pattern. But in the first example, he doesn't. He doesn't do it every time. So you can see he actually plays 4 E and. You'll be playing 4 E and. He plays 4 E and 1, and then comes back in on beat 1. So we get 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1. Then the second bar, it's the same idea. Ignore the open hi-hat for now. Look at the end of the bar. But he plays 4 E and a. and he includes that hi-hat on the of beat 4. It's not important, very quiet in the mix, but that's what he's doing, so I wrote it on the chart for you. If you want to play 4E and every time, so you don't feel the need to rush back to the hi-hat, because what sometimes happens, and Allan is very, very good at not doing this, is you come back to the hi-hat too loud, you accent because you rush back, you end up accenting the of beat 4, and that sort of changes the feel of the groove. So you don't want to accent it, you want to come back to the hi-hat smoothly and not feel the need to accent it. So if you find that happening, then you could just play 4E and every time and just leave out the last 16th note. So bar 2 also has an open hi-hat, and I've written it on the and the of beat 2, but really you can only really hear the first opening of the hi-hats. 1E and a 2E and 3E and a 4E and. Also notice, again, last time I mentioned it, it's quite hard to hear the bass drum. I think he's playing 1, 2, 3, 4 for the second bar, so he's including the little push on the of beat 1 as well as the of beat 3. Bar 3, it's the same as bar 2 but without the open hi-hat. Then bar 4, up to that point the same, and then beat 3, 1E and 2, a little open 16th note. Again, like from the intro where we had just a 1E, it's a 4E and, so just a 16th note opening, 1E and a 2E and 3, a 4E and a 1, into a crash cymbal on the second line. Bar 1 is the same as the line above it, but with the 16th note at the end added on the hi-hat. Last time I mentioned that as well. And then bar 2, 1E and a 2E and a 3, a 4, and we get the open hi-hat on the of beat 4, little 16th note. And then we get this wonderful bit of musicianship, very, very musical and subtle and restrained. He plays 1E and a 2E and, so just the hi-hat, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. So into beat 4 with a 4, opens for the whole of the beat. He closes the hi-hat on beat 1 and then plays the ride cymbal from the beginning of the end of the line. 1E and a 2E and then from that point he comes back down to the hi-hat. I've written it as left, right, left, right, because you're left-handed to play the hi-hat over here. I'll be playing right, left, right. So don't get confused by that. You'll use your own sticking. But he plays 1E and a 2E and a 3E, a 3E, yeah, a 3E and a 4. And accented on the 4, so we get. So that last bar, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4, and we're into the next line. So very, very nice that. Now let me play it up to speed for you properly. So I'll play a whole of pre-chorus 1 and chorus 1. Here we go. So in verse 2 it starts to get a lot more improvisational. The first bar is interesting in the fact that we get no cross stick for the first half of the bar. He accents the hi-hat instead on the and the doesn't play the cross stick. So he plays 1E and a 2E and a. Again, very, very reggae sort of feel in the drumming style. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4 and he comes in with 3E and a 4 back to the original verse drum beat. Second bar, it's what we just already talked about. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Same for the third bar. Fourth bar, kind of hard to hear, but from beat 3, I think he plays this. 3E, a 4 and. So we get 1E and a 2 and 3E, a 4 and 3E, a 4 and. The next line, 3 bars, we get 1 and 2 and then from the of beat 3 he plays 2 32nd notes, 3, so he comes up to the hi-hat to play both hands. a 3 E and a. So it's 3 E and a 4. Just the one cross stick on the of beat 3. 3 E and a 4 E and. Nothing on the ands with the cross stick. So lots of improvisation here, changing the beat all the time. Bar 2, a classic idea, he plays 1, a 2 and. So that's been used in loads of different songs. A very, very popular rhythm. 1, a 2 and 3 and 4. Second half of the bar he moves back into the groove. And then bar 3, I think, again, I'm hearing a bass drum on beat 1, so I've included it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then we move into pre-chorus 2, where he, again, from the same as pre-chorus 1, there's no bass drum on beat 1, but he comes in with the bass drum plodding away on all 4 beats from beat 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, a 2 and... So bar 2 there is 1 E and a 2, just the one cross stick on the and then 3 E and 4 and bar 3 is the same as bar 2, 1, a 2 and 3 and 4 and then we get 1 and 2 and again the bass drum's going to be playing 2 and 3 and 4 and he plays 2 E and, leave the hi-hat open for the whole of the drum fill, 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a, or 4 E and a, sorry, I counted from the wrong place, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So we're playing a 3 E and a 4 E and a with the bass drum underneath. Really, really nice drum fill. So let me now play for you the whole of verse 2 and pre-chorus 2. Here we go. So chorus 2 on page 2, we get some extra crash cymbals. 1, 2, 3, crash cymbal on beat 3, 3, 4, and same idea at the end of each of the bars. Bar 2 has the open hi-hat on the end of 2. Bar 3 is kind of subtle, quiet. There's a crash cymbal on beat 2. Maybe it was overdubbed, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then bar 4 has this little drum fill at the end. 3 E and 4 E and. So you could play it with your right hand. I think he would have played. Remember his hi-hat's over here. It's just using these two toms or these two toms. I'm going to use these two toms. But it goes back to the hi-hat for the of beat 4. Crashes on beat 1 of the next line. Bar 1 standard stuff. Bar 2 has the and on the tom on the and of beat 2. So he plays it twice with that little open hi-hat, 16th note bark on the of beat 3. And then we go into bar 3, where he plays 1 E and waits for the of beat 1 to come back in with the hi-hat. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4, emphasising that beat 2 and 4 straight away there. 4 E and 1. So the triplet there, 32nd note triplets, we're fitting 3 notes into the space of the of beat 4. 4 E and 1. So I play it right, left. You end up with the left hand playing beat 1 of the next bar, and then you just come back in with the right hand afterwards. 4 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Oh, 4 E and he plays a little drum fill. 4 E and just some little 60 note bars there. Just play us 2 bars for you. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2. Into the guitar solo, where emphasises beat 1 with the bass drum, then we go back to 2 and 4. So it's always changing your perspective of where the downbeat is. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. So we've moved into the verse group with the hi-hat bark thing, but without the cross stick in bar 2. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and. Bar 3 is the same, but he comes back in with one cross stick on the and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Bar 4, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and. So it's 4E and a. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a. And then we're into verse 3. So before we go into that, let me now play for you chorus 2 and the guitar solo up to speed. So with verse 3, bar 1's a bit of a doozy. It might throw you off if you've sort of memorised the pattern. He plays 1E and a, so not and a, with the cross stick, it's just the hi-hat. 1E and a, 2E and 3E and a, 4 and, but still keeping those barks in and the cross stick on the and of 2 and 4. Bar 2, standard stuff. Bar 3, we get this. 1E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and. So lots of cross sticks there going on in that bar. And then back to bar 4. So bar 2 into bar 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, a 2 and 3 and a 4 and. Really nice. Line 2 has the 3 bars again. Nothing going on there. All 3 bars are the same. Then we go into pre-chorus 3 where you get the bass drum on beat 1 with the crash cymbal. 1 and a 2 and. So we get the and accents again at the beginning of the bar. Then the cross stick on the and of beat 2. 1 and, sorry, 2. 2 and 3, a 4. And we get the a 4 and not and a. It's a 4 and. Same for bar 2. 1, a 2 and 3 and a 4. And notice the bass drum's playing on all 4 beats. Bar 3 has a crash. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then this next drum fill, again the hi-hat opens for the whole of the bar, 1 and he comes in on the E of beat 1 with these 6 30-second notes. 1 E and 2 E and Then down to your next tom, 3 E and then this cool bit, 4 E and floor tom and snare drum together. With the bass drum pumping and all the 8th notes underneath. Again, I think I'm hearing that or feeling it. Really nice. So bar 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let me now play for you just pre-chorus 3, those 4 bars up to speed so we can hear that drum fill. So for chorus 3, I'm just going to skip over the bars that are obvious. Notice from bar 2 he starts to play the on the bass drum on the of 1. Some open hi-hats there in the middle of the bar, but each bar ending the same. Bar 4 has some extra bass drum notes I was feeling. And a little short hi-hat bark there on the of beat 3. The next line has a crash cymbal on beat 3 as well. Bar 3 we've gone over before in other examples. Bar 2. Bar 3. Bar 4 has the tom in both halves of the bar. Oh, and then the second half of the bar is this cool little bit. 3E, a 4, and 3E, a 4E, and we have a little E, and the first time I think it happens in the song where, and it happens at the end of the song as we're about to see, the hi-hat opens on the E. Not the downbeat, not the but the E. So he's always changing where the hi-hat opens, especially the last section as we're about to see. So that bar there, 1, a 2, and 3E, a 4E, and because I can play it, I want to play it that way, but I'll play it how he plays it. So he moves his right hand off the hi-hat to play that tom. Then the last lines, 2 bars there, crash cymbal on beat 2 as well. A little gap at the end, and then we go into the outro on page 3, which just shows off really some of the ideas that Allan can play while still grooving. He's not slowing down or stuttering, or it's all very, very, very smooth. Tight hi-hat openings throughout. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, and 3, 4, and coming back in with the cross stick there just for that third bar. Bar 4, 1E and a 2, and so introducing the idea again, but then the other half of the bar, 3E and a 4, it opens into the bass drum, a 4 and. So bar 4 there, 1E and a 2 and 3, a 4 and. Loop that round, 1E and a 2 and 3, a 4 and. 1E and a 2, 3, a 4 and. Notice the subtle difference there with the positioning of the open hi-hat. Next line, bar 1 is the same as that previous bar I just showed you. Bar 2 we get 1E and a 2 and 3, a 4. Sorry, a 4. So you probably want to play a 4, but it's not. It's a 4 and. No cross stick on the and, just the open hi-hat. A 4 and 1. So 1E and a 2 and 3, a 4 and 1, 2, a 3. Bar 3, 1, 2, a 3, 4 and 1. And then bar 4 has the open hi-hat at the end of the line, end of the bar. Last line we get 1E and a 2 E and, so an E and this time, 1E and a 2 E and then 4E and a 1. So 4 30-second notes, taking up the and the of beat 4. Oops. Simple as that. There's no more cross sticks, so he doesn't come back down to the cross stick. Bar 2, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, a 1, 2 E and 3 and 4. So just one more E ands in bar 2, bar 3. And then the song ends with a very simple bar before it completely fades out and you can't hear the drums anymore. So before we finish, let me now play for you all 3 lines of the outro. Nothing much going on, but when you hear it in context, when you hear the whole thing, you'll see how much improvisation is involved. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. That was a lot of fun for me to transcribe and teach for you today. I don't want to overemphasize how much I love this song and the drumming on it, but yeah, it's a good one, this. It's really good, very, very tasty, well recorded, nice and crisp drums. Don't forget to download all 3 pages of the PDF if you haven't already from my website for free. You can find a link beneath this video. And then while you're out there, you might want to consider signing up to become an online member. And what I currently offer for £97 is a full year's online access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. And that's over 550 full video song lessons where I teach you famous and popular songs just like this lesson from start to finish. You get the fully transcribed PDF drum chart for each of the lessons. And I don't think I've got any other Roxy Music songs, but I will be adding more in the future, I'm sure. But I'm pretty sure I've got Brian Ferry, at least a couple of his songs when he went solo. So if you're a bit of a fan of Brian or Roxy, then there's a bit of stuff on the website already for you. I'm sure I'll be adding more in the future. As a thank you for signing up, I give you access to hundreds more little videos teaching you many, many famous drum beats, fills and even drum solos. I'll give you 3 ebooks containing hundreds more famous drum beats, fills and solos. And then over the year of your subscription, you also gain instant online access to all the new material that I upload for my members. So you've got lots of cool stuff to look forward to over the year of your subscription. But if you've got any questions about any of that, then feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. And until our next drum lesson together, toodle pip and happy drumming to you.